Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new movie. The name of this movie is What If Naruto Made His Own Fighting Style. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this may be a little bit different from most of the movies or any videos that I have made in the past on my channel. Why? Because I made an outline for this video in the beginning and it will be divided into chapters. It is still unscripted, like me going with the flow, telling you what is coming up in my mind at the time of making the story, like now. But yeah, it is in the form of an outline in chapters, so I will be able to remember most of the important things that will happen in the story. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And please do let me know in the comments what you think about this format that will be adapted in the future. Well, all that depends upon your response. And also, please give me your ideas in the comment section as well. I love reading them and also making stories out of them. Enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's movie. The story begins 8 years after the Kyuubi attack in Konoha, Gakure, and Sato. It was October 10th and night time. As you go towards the said village to see that, the people of Konoha were currently celebrating the festival of Kyuubi's defeat. Most of them were, because a part of the said group was currently busy chasing after the 8-year-old resident jinchuriki of the said village, Naruto Uzumaki. They somehow found out that he was the one who holded the biju within him, and their rage and grief, plus some drinks, got the better of them, so they wanted to vent out their rage and anger upon the said kid. As Naruto was luckily fast enough to dodge and evade most of their tries to capture him, and was currently busy running away from them. But the mob was not giving up, as they were still chasing him and were yelling slurs at him like, "Get the demon, today you will pay, and today will be the day you get your retribution, and we will avenge our beloved Hokage and the fallen ones," and so on. Naruto, by some luck, was able to find an opening within a wall in an alleyway and was able to enter it. As soon as he did, we see that Naruto began to crawl in a tiny space, as that is when suddenly he heard that the whole place began to tremble down, as that is when all he could think of was, uh-oh. As soon as he said this, the whole place crumbled down and he fell down into a huge pit, or that is what he thought. As now we see, after some time, when he got up, he crawled out of the said thing that he was traveling within. Turns out it was a vent shaft that he was climbing within, as it fell down due to its instability and due to it being old and rusty, as that is where he found something. It was an old storage place or something akin to that, and there were a lot of scrolls there that was covered in dust and rust. But most of all, there were a lot of playing cards that were just scattered around everywhere. As that is when we see Naruto got up, and curiosity got the better of him as he began to wander around here and there, as he had for the time being no place else to go, because he has been on his own for the past few months since he has been kicked out of the orphanage, and to add cherry on the top, it was his birthday and the mob was still out there chasing him. He could still hear their yells and so on, as they also were in the alleyway. "How could you let the demon get away?" He heard one man, "I'm sorry, I don't know." "Fuck, we have to search for him." "Go on and search as fast as you can. We have to find him before the Hokage and his, personnel get to us." Yes. As soon as they left, Naruto breathed a sigh of relief. Where is this place? I have been in this village, but I never know that this place existed. As now we see, Naruto went towards the scroll section and found that there was kanjis written on it. Fuin jutsu? Huh, it must be an awesome jutsu here. As that is when there was a light bulb inside Naruto's head that gave him an idea. What if I learn this? I'll be able to protect myself, and maybe I'll be able to prove to these people that I'm not the demon that they claim me to be, and maybe Gigi will finally give his hat to me," said Naruto with a smile at his face. As now we see, from that day onward, Naruto began to read that scroll and stay there for the time being. As now we see, a few months passed as Naruto has been living here and only went out to meet his Gigi or do other things. He still used the secret entrance, but due to his brain and his pranking ability, he was able to create a travel space for himself to climb up to the shaft and get down without harming himself, but only he could do it. or any other shinobi that was able to fit through that vent shaft, which was basically none at the time. As now we see, one evening when he was visiting Hiruzen after having a ramen buffet, we see that Hiruzen, who was seated inside his office, saw that Naruto was for the first time paying attention to, well, the library bookshelf that he had there. Is there anything you find interesting there, Naruto? I read this book. What do you mean you read this book, Naruto? There's no way you could have. These books are fuinjutsu and they're not even available to many people, and not even genins or chunins can understand this. What do you mean? I can? Really now? Said Hiruzen, really intrigued by this, as he gave Naruto a piece of paper and a pen. How about you show me something to make me believe you? How about you draw a seal? What kind of seal you want? Now this impressed Hiruzen, because if Naruto was really able to do something, he might as well be the next seal master after Jiraiya, and that was something the village needed direly. As now we see, Hiruzen then said, just any seal that is easy enough. How about story seal? Said Naruto. Story seal? Naruto, that is a complex seal, you know, said Hiruzen as he closed his eyes and began to explain the complexity of seals and how it is working. As he was explaining, we see that Naruto then yelled out, already done! As Hiruzen's eyes widened. What? Let me see. As Hiruzen saw that the complex matrix was already drawn and completely fine, just to test it out, he grabbed out a kunai and placed it on top, and used the hand seals and pumped chakra into it. As now we see, the scroll really worked, or the piece of paper worked as a scroll, as the kunai was sealed within it. And after that, he used again the same method to unseal it, as Hiruzen's eyes were widened. Impressive. This is a A-grade level of fuinjutsu, Naruto, that you used. You know that? How are you able to do this? Where did you learn it even? Said Hiruzen, getting suspicious. Oh, how about I show you? Fine. Let us. As now we see both of them standing in an alleyway in front of the, well, shaft that Naruto climbed out and in of. You see this? This is where I live for the time being. What do you mean you live here, Naruto? Well, I've been kicked out of the orphanage for a few months. A few months? Why did you not tell me that? Oh, sorry, I guess? Naruto, you could have told me that sooner. I'm sorry, Gigi. It's fine. As Hiruzen was in deep thought as he comforted Naruto and told him everything was alright and he didn't do anything wrong. And his thoughts were, he had to get back at the Matrix and a lot of people who didn't tell him this. Alright, you were saying that this is where you lived. How about I show you from inside? There are a lot of scrolls there. Scrolls? Alright, Naruto, go ahead. As Hiruzen then morphed into a small object for Naruto to easily carry him inside in the form of Henjijutsu. As soon as both of them were inside, we see that Hiruzen Henjied back into his original form. As now we see, Hiruzen was quite shocked as his eyes widened. This place, I thought it was destroyed, Naruto. I did not knew that this place was still around, he said with a smile on his face. What do you mean, Gigi? Do you know about this? This was our hangout spot that we created, me and my friends, back in the day. What do you mean by that? This place was created by me and a few friends of mine, my teammates, Koharu and Homura, and my friend Danzo. We all gathered here when we were young. I did not knew that we still kept around a lot of our stuff here. I thought it was destroyed in the Second Great Shinobi War, Naruto. But it wasn't. That is something in its own right. Really? Yeah. I'm surprised that it is still here. As he went to inspect the things, there were still the cards laying around. Some were, well, moldy and eaten, while the other were still intact. And not only that, there were still a lot of scrolls that were placed there in prestige condition from the old age. I can't believe this. The original Uzumaki scrolls of Fuinjutsu are still here. No wonder you were able to say that it was an easy matrix, Naruto. Uzumaki? But I'm an Uzumaki as well, Gigi. That is because you belong to them. They were a clan who had their own village, Naruto. Really? Yes. But you need to keep it a secret. What? Why? Where are they now? They went extinct in the Third Great Shinobi War, Naruto. They were killed. All of them were, and the village was destroyed. I see. But what about my parents? Were they? Your mother was an Uzumaki. I can tell you that much since you are good at Fuinjutsu, Naruto. And you brought me a few nice memories of the past. So I'll be able to tell you at least about your mother. She was Kushina Uzumaki, a Fuinjutsu mistress as well as a quite formidable Konoichi, known as the second strongest in the whole elemental nation. What? Really? Yes. That is so cool. I know. Now I know I'm destined for greatness, Gigi. I'll become a Hokage. And a better one. You just wait and see. I know, son. I know. As that is when Hiruzen began to look around and was able to discover something that he thought was, well, extinct. I can't believe this, he said, holding on to a deck of cards that were there. What is it, Gigi? These are a deck of cards, Naruto, from the old time. I don't believe it. They're still in the same. How is this possible? As now we see, Naruto then said, what's so special about them? They were made out of chakra metal, Naruto. They are metal cards. That is the specialty of them. You see, back in the day, Danzo got this idea that he might be able to create a fighting style of his own with the help of these cards. But, well, that plan went flat when this place got destroyed. And he forgot about the idea maybe, or just outright gave up on it. Really? Can I try it? I don't know, Naruto. This is a dangerous thing, and you still haven't tapped into your chakra. What do you mean? I was able to learn from the Fuinjutsu scroll and have been able to tap into it. What do you mean, Naruto? As Naruto flared his chakra that was potent blue, and was quite surprising and shocking to Hiruzen. No doubt he's an Uzumaki and their kid. That much is certain from the chakra release in itself, said Hiruzen with wide eyes, in his own thoughts. That is enough, Naruto. You see, this place might be dangerous. Are you sure that you still want to remain here? I am. This place is kind of like my home, and I like to stay here, Gigi. Alright. How about we create an entrance for you, which is better one. As now we see, as Naruto went to the academy the next day because it was the first day of it, Hiruzen began to do some work. He rebuilt the place and made an entrance, and this got the attention of a few old friends. As now we see Hiruzen inside his Hokage office the same day when the job was being done, as the three of the elders arrived. What can I do for you, old friends? Said Hiruzen with a smile on his face. We heard that you used Hokage funds on something for construction for Naruto. Is that correct? Yes. Why would you waste your funds on the boy? Isn't he already in the orphanage? No, Danzo, he has been kicked out. How about I show you where I put those funds, and you might be able to feel a little bit of nostalgic, said Hiruzen, as the three of them got suspicious because of his smile. It was like the old Hiruzen, the young Hiruzen that was their friend, came back. As Koharu then chuckled and said, you know, you're acting like your old self, Hiruzen, the way we were back young. Yeah, what if I am? Follow me, I'll show you. How about that? As the three of them shrugged their shoulders and followed their old friend and their Hokage. As after some time we see the three of them standing in front of the entrance, as the three of them followed Hiruzen inside, as they were shocked to find their hideout. I can't believe this. This place. I thought it was gone, Hiruzen. Destroyed. How did you find it? I didn't. It was Naruto who did. Is that so? Said Danzo, placing a hand on the scrolls that were placed there. The scrolls are still in prestige condition. I don't know why you didn't shift it as soon as you found this place. That is because Naruto has been told about his mother's side of heritage and his Uzumaki heritage. You what? Hiruzen, you didn't consult that with us. I thought it was right to know, because the boy proved something to me and showed me something amazing. Even if he showed you this place, that doesn't mean. That is one of the things that he showed. You know what else he did? What? The boy can use Fuinjutsu. As Hiruzen made a paper appear in his hand that had Naruto's matrix drawn on it. This is a story scroll matrix drawn on this piece of paper that works. Drawn by Naruto. Without me or anyone teaching him how to make this. This is impressive, certainly, Hiruzen. See, I told you the boy has the talent. Oh, and Danzo, you might love this. What? Said Danzo, as a pack of cards was thrown towards him as his eyes widened. I can't believe this. I thought they were lost. But they're still here and in good condition. That is because they're made out of chakra metal, my friend. Or have you forgotten? Oh yeah, I remember, said Koharu. Danzo had those chakra cards made, but never used. That is because I had a thought of creating a fighting style based on them. Quite a foolish idea. That might have not worked. On the contrary, said Hiruzen, if it would have worked, that would have been a legendary fighting style in my opinion. See, Hiruzen sees it, said Danzo with a smirk on his face. As that is when Danzo then narrowed his eyes. Wait, you showing us and telling us all this. Don't tell me that you're thinking that the boy can continue our legacy and this place. As the other two were shocked when Danzo said these words, as Hiruzen smiled. Why not? I mean, in this way, we can help Naruto develop his own fighting style. The fighting style you wanted. You'll be able to be in charge of his training, obviously, but not to the extent of your root shinobis that I know are still around. As Danzo flinched. So you do know. Listen to me, Danzo. You are one of my friends, and I want to trust you. And I want you all to trust me on this. I know I have made mistakes in the past, such as Orochimaru, but I have made two students turn out good, even though one of has lost their ways again. One of them is still around, isn't he? Only because you're allowing me to watch over the boy's progress. I'm agreeing to this, Hiruzen. You have a deal, said Danzo with a smirk on his face, as the other two also nodded. I hope that the boy is able to know what he's getting into. Two of the legendary shinobis of the time, training a goddamn kid. This will be certainly interesting thing to watch, said Homura, as Koharu nodded. While on the other side in the academy, Naruto didn't have a nice reception, as on the first few days that he went there, while also coming back to home to find out that he was going to be trained by his GD and a few of the elders, was certainly a good thing, but inside the academy he was not able to make many friends in the beginning. And plus there were two of the most gorgeous girls in the class that were fawning over the duck-haired Uchiha, the last loyal Uchiha of the said village, Sasuke Uchiha, who was, well, too grumpy and emo for any other boy's taste to become friends with, even with Naruto standards. As now we see, after having a boring day, Naruto again returned to his home to find that his Gigi and Danzo were sitting there. Oh, hey Danzo-sama. Gigi. Naruto? Said Hiruzen. Today's the day that your training begins, or have you forgotten? Really? Yes. Don't get too overly excited, boy. I will put you to grind, and you will suffer a lot, but, said Danzo with a smirk, after all this pain, you will turn into a great formidable shinobi to be reckoned with. Are you prepared for it? I am. As from that day forward, Hiruzen, Danzo and Naruto begin to work on their own fighting style. Naruto's fighting style, based on those chakra cards that they found. As now we see, 2 years passed, and within those 2 years Naruto was able to not only learn how to use them in his fighting style, but also make his own jutsu based around them. One of them was card style Mirage, which allowed him to increase his speed so much that only after images remain, and he only became a blur, and his attack speed was 100 times more than even a dojutsu eye can catch upon. As not only that, he also created the card style Bunshin Jutsu that allowed him to create clones from his card stack. And not only that, he also created another jutsu that was the bane of both Danzo and Hiruzen. Card style Queen, and that was basically his sexy jutsu as a naked woman that was so beautiful and never seen before appeared, and would cause huge amount of nosebleed amongst the males, and some of them even to females. As Naruto has learned and mastered 3 of his card jutsus, and he was still improving at a faster pace, he would use his cards in the form of battle in such a way that would look like an art as well as would be quite lethal. And this also have been shown in the academy, which earned him the nickname of the Card Master, and so on and so forth. And the boys were getting now jealous of him, as most of the girls were impressed, but they still fawned over Sasuke except for one, blonde-haired girl, who was quite impressed by Naruto's antics and his confidence that he has gained over the course of years and the abilities as well. As now we see Sakura and Ino were fighting again for the title to sit next to Sasuke, as Naruto then said, now ladies, as he brought out a card from his deck and began to rotate it in his fingers, and then suddenly the card vanished behind his hand and appeared in the form of a flower as he gave it to Ino. The most beautiful rose for the most beautiful girl, said Naruto to giving it to her. As the fight died down instantly as Ino had a blush on her face, while Sakura then said, you can keep that fool's flower, while I'll go and sit next to Sasuke-kun. Yeah, go ahead, Sakura. As after that we see from that day onwards Naruto paid specific attention to Ino and Ino alone, because Naruto liked blondes and was way into it, thanks to the courtesy of his mother, who was a redhead, and was into blondes as well, unknown to him. As now we see Naruto, training hard with Danzo and, as well as Hiruzen, was improving at a faster pace and was becoming a challenge for the kids that were in the academy, and was also earning the trust and respect of his fellow teachers and students. And most of all, it pushed Ino to become strong as well. As now we go to Yamanaka residence, where we see the clan head Inoichi was shocked in the dinner table. You what? I want to train and become strong, so I won't be a liability to Naruto-kun in the future. Wait, why? Again? As Ino then said, he has been becoming strong, and not only that, he has been getting a lot of attention, and I said Ino with a blush as she looked down while pouting. I don't like it. I want to become strong so that he only has eyes for me. As Ino's mother then said, Ara, it seems like our little flower has finally bloomed and is ready for her love escapades. No! Over my dead body! I'll go and beat this punk! No, you won't. Beat my son-in-law. Wait, what? Misaki, you're in on this as well now? Of course I am. What did you thought? You will coddle your daughter all your life? She was obviously bound to find some partner of her own. And who better than Kushina and Minato's kid? Whose now? Said Ino, as Misaki then said, oops. As that is when Inoichi then said, oh man, I'm gonna explain this to Hokage-sama. Who are they? Isn't Minato no Mikaze like the fourth Hokage? And Kushina like Kushina Uzumaki? The Red Death of Konoha? Wait, Naruto is an Uzumaki, but he's blonde. Then the Red Death had red hair because of her title. As her eyes widened, as realization dawned on her. Wait, don't tell me. They're his parents? Oh, we're screwed. Said Inoichi. Yes, they are. Inoichi, said Misaki. You just told her. But she found out. She had a guess. You confirmed that for her. Oh my god. Then why is he treated like that badly by the people? If he's the hero's son. There's a reason why. You see, Naruto holds the Biju. Inoichi, you're still telling her. No point in hiding from her. If she's gonna have a relation with him, then she's bound to know. And then decide. You mean the QB is still sealed inside of him? Yes, he still holds the Biju. His father, he was a noble man. He couldn't ask anyone to hand over their child for such a burden. So he used his own to carry such. He wanted us all to treat him as a hero, but the civilians saw the other way. And they see him as a monster himself. But how is that possible? You see, tell me this, what will happen if you seal a kunai inside a story scroll? Will the scroll becomes the kunai? No, it won't. Just like that, Naruto is. He is the jinchuriki who is the warden of the QB. And the QB is his prisoner. Naruto acts as a scroll while the Biju acts as a kunai. But the people of Konoha doesn't realize that. And I want you to know that they have saved my life more than many times that I can remember. And they were our best friends as well. Then why didn't you help us? Help him! That is because the Hokage forbade it. Because he thought that if us clans fought over it, there might be a civil war. Because of how many favors we owe to Minato and Kushina. He forbade any interactions with him. And that is why we tried our best to avoid and help where we could. From the shadows. I see. But he has been alone all his life, hasn't he? Yes, Ino. As at that moment, Ino knew completely about Naruto, as there was a resolve in her eyes. I still want to become strong, Tojan. To protect him. To be by his side. And that's because I love him, said Ino with a blush on her face. As Inoichi turned pale white because his 8-year-old daughter just said that to his face, while Misaki squealed with joy and was proud of her daughter. That's it. To hell with him being my friend. I'm gonna go and beat that punk for turning my daughter like this. Oh, shut up, Inoichi. It's better than that damn Uchiha that she was fawning over before. Yeah, I guess that is an improvement. As now we see, the next morning inside Hokage office, we see Inoichi standing and rubbing the back of his head, as Hiruzen was not happy one bit. So let me get this straight. Your daughter now knows about Naruto's parents, both of them, and about his situation as well. Yes, I'm sorry, but she kind of figured it out when my wife kind of blurted out the names of his parents. She connected the dots, Hokage-sama. I'm so sorry, and I'll take any, it's enough. It was bound that Naruto knows about his heritage as well, because he already knows about his mother. It is high time I tell him about his father, and not only because he knows about his mother, it also because he has become strong in his own right. What do you mean by that? Follow me, Inoichi, and you'll see. As they arrived at an undisclosed training ground that was only secret to Hiruzen and Danzo, unused after the second great shinobi war within the forest of death, where they saw Naruto engaged with the battle amongst Anbus, using his card style, fighting style that he created. As Naruto then threw multiple cards into the airs, as he then said, card style, mirage, as that is when only Inoichi saw blurs that stood still after images. How is this possible? As that is when he saw that all the Anbus were on the ground, knocked out completely as Naruto was standing on the other side, without even panting or anything, without even a drop of sweat, just standing still there with a smile on his face. And that's how you do it. Good kid, but you rely on that jutsu too much. How about you go head to head with one of the jonins from here? What? Come on, guy. As that is when a person yelled, dynamic entry, and in came my guy. As Guy then said, I'll go easy on you, kid. But I have to warn you, my flames of youth can exceed sometimes, and I might get serious if I get too excited. So come at me, but don't fear, I'll be able to control myself. As Naruto released all his potential and skills that he has been able to use, but he was surprised when all Guy did was just stood there and take every hit with a smile on his face. I'll tell you this much, Naruto, your hits are good, but you need to increase the strength behind them, and only then you will burn brighter with the flames of youth. As soon after they saw that Naruto, using his card style as well as his exceeding strength, used the card Shadow Clone Jutsu and threw a card that whizzed past by the ear of, well, Guy, and teleported there, switching places with the clone as he landed an axe kick on his side. That caused his head to bleed and form a wound there, as Guy was surprised and shocked. As that is when we see Naruto on the ground panting heavily. As he realized what he has done, he got up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you that bad. As Guy then looked towards him, you made me bleed. Haha, what do you know? Your flames of youth certainly burned brighter than I thought, Naruto. How about you become my student? Really? Said Naruto as soon as he saw the green spandex that Guy was holding. Enough, Guy. You'll be able to teach him taijutsu style and will look after his physical training. Alright, I hope you're prepared for it, Naruto. Yes, I am, I guess. As now we see, Hiruzen then said, well, what do you think? It is impressive. This is a style that was taught up by Danzo, and he has been collaborating with me in teaching Naruto this. I want Naruto to have his emotions intact, and for him to become my successor one day. You mean that I owe it to Minato and to Kushina, and plus the boy wishes to fulfill the shoes and dreams of both of his parents, so who am I to deny him that? Anyone can become Hokage if he has the capabilities and the caliber of it, and Naruto certainly has a lot of many things that check the criteria of him being a Hokage. I see. Thank you, Hokage-sama. There's one more thing that I would like to ask you and request you. What is it? An alliance marriage between Naruto and Ino if possible. And why is that? Ino loves that boy. And I can tell you that the boy loves Ino as well. I know about that. Whenever he's free and we're enjoying ramen, whenever I ask him about, academy, all he ever talks about is Ino. So I know he loves your daughter. Thank you, Hokage-sama. Well, only time will tell if their relation will hold or if it is just a crush. But if they are still able to hold on to these feelings, then I will consider him and her being in a political marriage. I'll sign the document, come to my office. As after that we see, years passed as Naruto continued his training under both and became a formidable shinobi in his own right. He was already way ahead and leagues ahead of genins, but he wanted to go the same way as Ino and become a genin, just to stay a little bit closer to her. And as for Naruto and Ino, they started dating and made it official. Sakura, her rival and best friend, was shocked, but was at the same time happy that she had Sasuke all to herself. On the other side, Sasuke was downright angry at Naruto because he was getting stronger and stronger each time they had a spar in the academy, and he was only just standing still. There was a time at the beginning where Naruto was the one on the receiving end, but now it was just continuously him. And not only that, Naruto has been able to become friends with many others while he just became a loner. As now we see, today was the graduation day as Naruto performed extraordinarily, and not only that, was also able to defeat Sasuke as well in the final sparring session as Sasuke looked down with rage. Damn it! He said to himself while gritting his teeth. As now we see, after all of them received their headbands, Naruto witnessed that Mizuki was up to something as a civilian kid named Hojo was, with him who failed the test and didn't become a genin. Really? I can become a genin like this, sensei? It is a secret test, Hojo-san. If you're able to do this, I'll be able to give you the headband. Naruto, obviously being close to Hokage and Danzo and the elders, now knew most of the rules and regulations of Konoha and of the shinobi section as well. So he knew that there was no such thing as such. So he after saying goodbye to Ino for the time being, saying that he was busy, went towards the Hokage office, where we see that Hiruzen was busy currently talking to Danzo. Say, both of you are here, that is good. I wanted to ask you a question. What is it, Naruto? What do you want to ask? You see, after I got my headband, congratulations on it, said Danzo. Yes, thank you. I heard that Mizuki-sensei, the assistant sensei of Iruka-sensei, of our class, telling something to my batchmate, Hojo-san, that he can become a genin with a secret test of a sort. I don't know what he said, but I heard this much. And he said that he can give the headband to him if he brings him the scroll. The scroll? What scroll? I'm sorry, I wasn't able to hear that. So I'm thinking that he might be able to come here, so you should be on guard. Really? Why would he? I'm feeling something suspicious. Something is off about him. Alright, Naruto. This is your first mission as a genin, and an A-rank mission as well, said Danzo. Hiruzen then said, Danzo, I don't think that he's ready. He is. It's time to put your training into action, Naruto. Are you ready for it? Yes, Danzo-sama. Good. Hanji into that big scroll over there. The scroll of ceilings? Yes. As Danzo then went and grabbed the original scroll and placed it on Hiruzen's desk. Keep it somewhere safe, Hiruzen. And we might see just what he is up to. How do you know that this will be the scroll? This is the most important scroll that has been revealed to the public. It's obviously that if Mizuki wants the scroll, it would be this. It's a hunch, but if it is a correct one, this will pay off. Naruto will be in danger. You're not gonna baby and smother him around. He trained for the past years, Hiruzen. It is high time he test out his abilities and skills in a battlefield, in front of a true enemy. After that we see all of them agreed on this, and Naruto handed into the scroll and remained at the original position of the scroll of ceiling. As the night time came and Hiruzen was hiding, and so was Danzo, as they saw the kid really came and grabbed onto the scroll of ceiling and saying that this must be the scroll that Sensei was talking about, and left. Alright, it worked as he thought it would be, Danzo. Good. Now gather all the Anbus and tell them to bring the kid and the scroll back unharmed and take down Mizuki. Or, how about this? Said Hiruzen. If you want to test out his potential, not interfere and only interfere when he's in danger. I like the way you're thinking now, Hiruzen. You're bad company, that is. Let's see how this works out, old friend. As now we see Hojo arrived at the rendezvous point, and that is when we see Naruto hinged back into the original scroll. From scroll to original person, and hand-tied Hojo-san. Naruto? That's it. It is time for you to rest for the time being, Hojo-san, for your own safety, said Naruto, neck-chopping him and knocking him out. After putting him somewhere safe, we see Naruto hinging back into the scroll and into the form of Hojo. As that is when Mizuki arrived and threw a Fuma Shuriken at the clone, which turned into the puff of smoke and then into the card that was stabbed by the Fuma Shuriken. As the clone that shocked Mizuki, as he then said, "It was a clone?" As that is when he noticed that the scroll that he was holding, that he has grabbed after that, turned into a puff of smoke as well, and then he had an uppercut that sent him flying down to the other side. As Mizuki then got up and said, if it isn't the demon, I don't know how you knew about this, but you're going down. Mizuki, you are under arrest for trying to defect to Konoha. I have been given this mission by the Hokage to take you down. You, a new genin, taking me down, a chunin? I'll show you how strong I am, said Naruto as he began his beatdown of Mizuki. Punch and kick after kick, Mizuki was taking everything and was quite shocked and frustrated that how come a lowly genin like this demon of all people was beating the crap out of him. You demon. Lucky for you, I have a surprise. As that is when his shoulder was ripped as there was a curse mark seal that appeared. As Hiruzen noticed this, and so did some of the Anbus, as what came next was Mizuki transformed into a form of a monster, human hybrid, that was uncontrollable and charged towards Naruto. Naruto at that time then was quite quick and used his new ability, and that was guard style, protection, as a dome of protection appeared around him, as the card that he used was none other than a new edition card that he created with the help of Winjutsu and Chakra Metal. He called it the Chakra Boost card, the cheat card, that allowed him to not only withstand each and any attack, but also absorb the said person's attack chakra and turn it into the form of a chakra that will heal Naruto and restore his strength and chakra back to his original state. And Naruto was currently gaining all the strength he needed for his next jutsu, as he then used his next card style, Sacred Arts, Ace, as that is when he threw the card down as a seal matrix appeared, and from it a coffin rose, as everyone was shocked to see this, and so was Hiruzen and Danzo. What is that? Don't tell me the boy learned Edo Tensei. How is that? Oh, said Danzo, the scrolls. They must have had that. They are the ancient Uzumaki scrolls after all, Danzo. Damn it. As that is when they saw the scroll lid open, and out came none other than their sensei. Sensei? As a cracked form of Tobirama Senju arrived there. Who summoned me? Sorry for summoning you, Hokage-sama. You're on a borrowed time of 10 minutes. Can you help me real quick? Who is this, or what is that thing? That's a rogue shinobi that is trying to defect with the scroll of ceilings. Now help me. I'm barely able to hold on any longer while doing this jutsu to summon you here. Alright, on it. As now we see Tobirama using his sword was able to Harishin there and use his water style water dragon and water binding jutsu to demolish the hell out of Mizuki in an instant. As that is when Naruto dropped the card chakra boost that he used as protection, as he was on his all fours panting heavily while Tobirama stood. Are you alright, kid? Yeah, I am alright. I'm just glad that both of the cards that I created work. Cards? As that is when he grabbed onto the card that was in front of him. What is this? Is this a deck of playing card? Yeah, but they're special, made out of chakra metal. I'm kind of creating my own fighting style, implementing them into it. That is certainly interesting. But that doesn't explain you summoning me or what you were trying to do. That was my cheat card known as Chakra Boost. It only allows me protection and gains the enemy's chakra and turns it into my chakra and heals me. While your card is called, well, Ace. It allows me to summon a Hokage for a borrowed time of 10 minutes or so on. So I chose you. Really? That is certainly interesting. You don't have any drawbacks? No, I don't. Because it is within the time limitations of you being allowed here without requiring any soul sacrifice. As not only Tobirama but everyone was impressed, and so was Hiruzen and Danzo were watching this. I am certainly impressed by the next generation. You know what, kid? You certainly have my respect. You have the talent. How about you become the Hokage? Who is the current Hokage? That would be Hiruzen Sarutobi, the Sandai Hokage. Ah, monkey, huh? Monkey? As Danzo chuckled. Seems like Sensei still remembers your nickname. Of course he would, said Hiruzen, grumbling. As now we see Naruto chuckle. That is a funny name. Say, kid, you're okay? Do you need any help? No. If it's alright with you, I would request you to return because the time is almost about to go up and I don't want to sacrifice myself. I know, kid, said Tobirama, chuckling for the first time hearing Naruto's joke, as this caused ripples of shock amongst his students that were watching this. Did Sensei just laughed? I think he did, said Danzo and Hiruzen to each other with shocked and jaw-dropping expression. Their sensei never laughed while they were young and played pranks on him or did something good, and yet he laughed on Naruto. The kid must be something special if he was able to make sensei laugh. I guess so. Very well, Naruto Uzumaki. I will aid you when the time comes. You may summon me. Thank you, Kage-sama. As after that, we see Tobirama stepped back into his coffin as the coffin disappeared back into the seal matrix with a smile on Tobirama's face as Naruto went and picked up that card as well. Phew, that went well. Phew, said Naruto, as that is when he saw that he was surrounded by Anbus. What? Kid, you just did what seemingly is impossible or never thought or heard before, and that is without causing any harm to yourself, and earned the respect of Tobirama Senju himself, and most of all you made him laugh. What? Of course everyone laughs, not him. It is said even in the legends that he barely laughed, and yet you made him. Okay, I guess. As now we see, amongst the Anbus, this became quite a tale, and even Jonins knew about this. But after only a few weeks of Naruto's escapade and him becoming a genin and passing his first A-rank mission, which was a solo mission as well, we see that Naruto had to now join a team. He was sad though because he was placed with Sasuke and Sakura, as Ino and him, now being couple and sitting next to each other, were having a fake tear cry / sad moment. I can't believe this, Ino-chan. How can I endure this separation from you? As Ino then said, oh Naruto-kun. As that is when we see Ino's teammate Shikamaru then said, troublesome blondes. Why don't you shut up? You're bothering my sleep already. Shut up, you damn pineapple head, said Ino. As Choji then said, now, both of you calm down. We're gonna be a team soon. That is what I hate about that. It could have been Naruto, except either of you. But no, it had to be you two. They wanted an Inoshika-cho. Well, our fathers have worked together quite well. Maybe we'll work well as well, said Choji. Yeah, I guess that will work. Isn't that right, Nara? said Naruto in a teasing manner. Geez, not you too, Naruto. Well, you call me blonde, so why can't I call you Nara? Fine, whatever, you troublesome blonde. As now we see, Sasuke was looking at Naruto with narrowed eyes. I have to beat him. Pass him. But how? Said Sasuke with narrowed eyes. I also have to kill him. He needs to die. But before that, what of Naruto? How am I gonna kill him if I can't beat this dope that became stronger than me out of nowhere? I need to know his secret. I need to know his strength. As now we see, as for Sakura, she was, well, happy to be with Sasuke. To hell with Naruto for all she cared. As one by one senses came and left, as that is when Kakashi arrived, after a long wait. As Naruto then said, you really are as they said. I'm sorry, what? Nothing, sensei. It's nice to meet you finally. Well, It seems like someone is well informed. Why were you late? You were late for 4 hours, said Sakura. Well, there was a black cat crossing my path, so I had to take a detour, as two of them had face fault while Naruto side. Still the same as ever, huh? As Kakashi rose an eyebrow. Well, my first expression of you is... You two are dumb. One is egotistical emo, the other one is outright dumb. And you... somewhat interesting, he said, looking towards Naruto. Alright, meet me at the rooftop within 5 minutes. And after arriving there, we see that Kakashi was waiting. As soon as they arrived, he heard about their dreams and ambitions. And after that, we see Kakashi telling them about the bell test and they had to pass it to become genins. And the next morning they arrived there without having any breakfast. But as soon as the other two arrived, we see Naruto was having breakfast. Why are you eating, you damn idiot? He told us not to eat. Breakfast is the most important, well, food of the day. If we don't have it, we don't have the energy to conduct this test. But Sensei ordered us. He can order us anything. What if he orders you to kill yourself? Would you do it? As that is when Sakura closed her mouth shut. Eat your breakfast. That will help you. Trust me. As Sasuke then said, if it doesn't, I'm coming for your head. You can try, Timmy, but it will. And once it does, I better expect a thank you from both of you, said Naruto. As now we see they begrudgingly ate the breakfast. As soon as Kakashi arrived, we see that he was quite mad. You ate the breakfast. It is because of him we did, said Sakura. Why would you tell them that? It is the most important food of the day. So obviously, to gain some strength and to conduct this mission that will likely go on 4 hours, we have to do this. As Kakashi's eyes turned from narrow to suddenly a U, which meant he was smiling. Mama, it seems you figured out the first test. As both of them face vaulted while Naruto chuckled. See? Told you. As after that, the bell test began and, due to Naruto continuously guiding them, they were able to finally work and were able to grab each bell each. As that is when Sakura failed the test by not giving her bell to Naruto, and that is when Kakashi revealed the true form behind this test. As Naruto then said, poor Sakura. And after that they had their lunch, which was like in the evening already, and Naruto fed her some of his while Sasuke also did. We need your strength for the test again, Sakura. As after that Sakura begrudgingly ate the food they gave her. And now they knew that they had to pass the test again. But this time Kakashi arrived and told them that they were already a team since they were finally able to come to a conclusion and become and work together as one. And soon, the next day came, on which began their journey of being the genins of Konoha Gakure no Sato. It has been a few months since Team 7 has begun their journeys as shinobis of Konoha, and they have been doing D-rank missions, and so far they have completed each and every one, all thanks to Naruto and his ability to guide and lead others with reasoning, as they were currently finished with their final D-rank mission that would allow them to finally take their first C-rank missions, which would allow them to travel outside of Konoha walls. As they arrived at Hokage office, as Naruto was stroking the cat, which shocked everyone and even Kakashi, as he was looking at Naruto like he was some sort of wizard. Well, Hokage-sama, the final D-rank mission is done. Now can we have, finally, a real challenge, a C-rank mission please, as at the time, Iruka was present, who was acting as Hiruzen's assistant. I don't think now is the time, Naruto. Hokage-sama has a lot of work, and not only that, you might not be ready. You're still genins and rookies. But sensei, we are. Now, Naruto. It is not nice to argue with your sensei, is it? Said Kakashi teasingly. As Hiruzen then asked, what do you think, Kakashi? Do you think your team is ready? I think they are more than capable enough of handling themselves, Hokage-sama. Hokage-sama, Kakashi-san, you can't be serious. They had to go at somewhat point. It's lucky that this is a C-rank mission. It's not like this will turn out to be a dangerous one or that, like anything, said Kakashi jokingly. But he did not knew that how bad this joke was going to go, as Hiruzen confirmed it and introduced Tazuna to them. After meeting with Tazuna, the team was somewhat taken aback by his attitude towards them. These scrawny kids are going to be the one who's gonna protect me? Well, this is the payment that you made and this is the best you can get for that one. And not only that, this is a C-rank mission unless you're hiding something, said Kakashi. As Tazuna then said, no, I'm not hiding anything. I hope they're able to at least do their job. Of course they are. You don't have to worry about anything, Tazuna-san. Leave this to us. We'll be able to do what we need to do. How about you go and pack your stuff? We'll meet by the sunset at the gates, said Naruto in a calm tone. Looks like you got brains on you, kid. Fine. Meet me at the front gates in the evening. As after that, Tazuna left. While we see Hiruzen looking towards Naruto, it seems that your, skills have been increasing, not as a shinobi, but as a person and negotiator as well, Naruto. Thanks, Gigi. As that is when Sakura then said, why are you calling Hokage-sama Gigi? Well, he has been watching over me, so that is why I obviously will call him that. As that is when we see Sasuke getting more jealous. What? The Hokage has been watching over him? No wonder he has gotten certainly much more stronger than me. I need to win his favor as well, Hokage-sama. I need to become strong to deal with Itachi, said Sasuke, being blunt. Well, you have your sensei for that. He will teach you, and once you become strong enough, you will be allowed to lead a team to go and conduct a mission in which you will take down Itachi, and he will pay for the crimes he committed. As Sasuke was shot back down in the kindest and the most logical way by Hiruzen, turning him complete quiet and dead silent. Alright team, go ahead and be on your way and gather your stuff, said Kakashi, and after that he too left after buying to the Hokage. As now we see in the evening, everyone was already there, as Kakashi was the one who arrived at the last, as so their journey began towards the land of waves. During their journey, it has been only a few hours. We see that there was a puddle in front of them, a few, yards away, as Naruto then said, stop. What is it, Naruto? Said Kakashi. There is a puddle here. A puddle of water. So, kid, there are a lot of puddles here and there. No. These area, there hasn't been a single drop of rain in the past months. How can there be a puddle out of nowhere? Without any rain, there wouldn't be any, said Naruto with narrowed eyes, as Sasuke and Sakura also thought of that, and it sounded logical. As Sakura then said, but it could be just a puddle of water, Naruto. Always look underneath the underneath. Lesson 1 we learned in the Shinobi Academy, Sakura. Or have you forgotten? This could be dangerous. I smell something fishy here, Sensei. As that is when there was a huge puff of smoke and a huge chain was launched towards them. Naruto jumped in front of Tazuna and dropped him to the ground, making sure that he avoided the projectile while also yelling duck to his teammates as well as to Kakashi, who as well ducked this time. As Kakashi was impressed by Naruto's analogy as well as his ability to act quickly. As that is when Naruto then said, leave this to me. As he then brought out his deck of cards as he began to run towards them, as he threw all the cards into the air, as that is when he said his favorite jutsu, card style, Mirage, as that is when Naruto disappeared in a blitz, as that is when many Narutos begin to appear in a still form, that the demon brothers that appeared from the smoke that was where the puddle was, now standing there, witnessed, and they begin to attack them, only for them to see that the projectiles went through the image of Naruto, as that is when they noticed there were smaller cuts beginning to form on their skin, as suddenly they felt a huge pain in their chest as they were on the ground, and they couldn't even move their muscle, as Naruto stopped then, as after images disappeared in the form of cards that he had grabbed in his hands, and then placed them back into the deck that was in his holster. As now we see Naruto kunai was laced with a little bit of blood, and something purple placed on it. As Kakashi was more than ever impressed by this. So this is the legendary card Mirage Jutsu of his, huh? The fighting style he created. I'll tell you something. I'm glad he's on our side, and at such a young age. Sensei, your son. I think he will be able to surpass you, and carry on your legacy and create his own in the shinobi world. Thought Kakashi for a moment to himself, as that is when he was brought out of his thought by Naruto. Sensei, I think you should be the one to interrogate them. I tied them up. Are you guys all alright? As Sasuke and Sakura were watching Naruto with jaw-dropping expression, and so was Tazuna. You just dealt with them. What did you do, Naruto? Said Sakura, genuinely impressed and shocked. Well, all I did was placed a little bit of poison on the tip of my kunai, and then used my card style and one of its jutsus, and it was all done. Card style, what do you mean by that? Oh, a deck of cards? It is made out of chakra, and I made a fighting style regarding around it. Really? That sounds kind of, well, amazing, isn't it? Said Sasuke, begrudgingly admitting to it. Yeah, of course I'm proud of it. It is my own creation after all. As this hurted Sasuke to the core a lot. He was feeling more and more lesser as a shinobi than Naruto, because Naruto, not only at his age, was able to create his own fighting style, but was able to create jutsus around it. Jutsus that were strong enough to take down those people that were fast, and even him being an Uchiha were not able to see the projectile coming towards while Naruto jumped and tell them what to do. If it wasn't for him, he would have been hurt, or any other would have been. As now we see, Naruto says, Sasuke, you're okay, aren't you? I am fine. Think nothing of it, he said with a serious expression. As now we see, Kakashi then arrived after sending a scroll back to the village. Now, Tazuna-san, would you like to explain why the tyrant known as Gato of the Underworld is after you, and not only that, he has hired multiple shinobis as well? What do you mean by that, sensei? Said Sakura. That this man is wanted in his own village. And not by the good kind of people. They want him dead. I don't know why. And also, those people that the sensei is talking about, they might be all S-rank shinobis. Meaning that this mission has turned from an SE rank to an S rank, or maybe much more, an S plus rank, as all of them were shocked after hearing this, as Kakashi was more impressed but worried about his genins. As after listening to Tazuna's story, which he told them that how his village was ambushed and his son was killed, and if he doesn't build these bridges, people might die of starvation alone. And due to the tyranny of Gato, Naruto felt compassion towards him. I'll help you. What? Naruto? This is a dangerous mission, and I am the leader here. You told me to never abandon those who are in need, regardless of them being our allies or not. Think about it, Sensei. We will gain a potential ally that will be strong and helpful in the future to Konoha if we help them. Now is not the time for politics, Naruto. You not only are endangering yourself, but these two as well. I'll help you train them. They'll be able to hold on their own. We have to at least try our best to defend the village. How are you aiming to do that? With this, said Naruto, bringing out some seal matrices. What is this? Protection barrier seal. I created this, and I wanted to test this in the field. And what better way to test this on this village that needs it the damn most? Are you sure about this, Naruto? 100%, Sensei. It has protected me. It will protect them as well. I'm sure of it. Fine, Naruto. I'll do as you say. As now we see, the mission continued on as a letter was sent back to Hokage that they will continue this mission thanks to Naruto and his decision and the team agreeing to it. As Hiruzen back after in the office reading this letter was quite shocked. So Naruto wants to continue on. It sounds like him. Yes indeed. But did the boy make the foolish decision? I'm worried. As after hearing these words, we see that the elders and Hiruzen was quite shocked because these words came from Danzo. Danzo, have you eaten something wrong today, my friend? What are you talking about? As he looked towards the expression, why are you looking at me like that? You said you were worried about the kid. So what? He was able to fulfill my dream, creating an own style made out of deck of cards that were made out of chakra. And it is a strong style at that. And it is high time we see it in action. And not only that, the boy is a Fuinjutsu master. Naruto has a plan of making a barrier around the village, and that's the end of it. And Jiraiya has been given the authority. If Naruto exceeds those boundaries, he and the team will return back without any questions asked. Isn't that right, Hiruzen? Yes, I mean still, but you being worried about Naruto, that is something that I myself didn't thought of. Obviously I will be. He is my first official student, As the three of them chuckled at that, and prayed that Naruto will return back happily, or Danzo might be onto something of a revenge path on his own, because he has grown closer to Naruto as well. Maybe Naruto has been rubbing off of him lately. As now we go back to the land of waves, where we see Naruto was seeing the village in desperate situation. They were staying at Inari, and with Inari and Tsunade, who was Tazuna's daughter-in-law, and who was Tasuna's grandson. It was Tasuna's house they were staying in. Naruto and Kakashi went out and placed a lot of barrier seals around the village, but Naruto also placed tracker seals, so that anyone from outside comes here, the seal will track him back to their original place. Naruto wanted to find out Gato's location because after seeing this village, he was downright desperate to help them, and he knew just the person who will help him, because he knew that his sensei and team will not. So now we go towards his room in the night time, where we see Naruto not sleeping but meditating, closing his eyes. But that was to the world, as now we go inside the mindscape, where we see the Kyuubi no Yoko itself. Kurama, what is it that you want, kid? I need your help. As the giant fox then smiled. It's time, isn't it? Yes, I think it is. We have to try what we discussed before. Kid, it could be dangerous. It will overpower your chakra coils, you know that, right? We have to try this. And not only that, this way, we might be able to win. Kid, you have doubt? For the first time, I'm seeing something that I am even shocked about. And I've been around for more than thousands of years. You always have been confident in your plan, and for the first time you have doubt. Well, I don't have any doubt on you. It's just, I'm worried about them. What if I fail? The seals don't hold up. These people will suffer because of my arrogance. I don't want them to suffer. As Kurama then smiled, you won't, kid. And we'll get through this. You have my word. As Naruto smiled, I know. As that is when Naruto's eyes widened, and so did Kurama's. You sensed that, didn't you? Someone is at the border of the seal, and they're returning back. It is high time we follow them. As now we see, there was a card placed right next to the woods there, on the outer skirts of the seal matrix that Naruto placed surrounding the village. As Naruto switched places with that card, as now we see, Naruto then tiptoed and followed, masking his chakra completely in stealth mode all the way to the base of Gato, where he found not only Zabuza Momochi, the one of the legendary swordsmen of the one deadly swordsman of the mist, and also Gato himself and a lot of other samurais and shinobis. Damn it, there are a lot of people. It's now or never, kid. You gotta try this. Alright. we can do this. As Naruto's hand then turned into a seal matrix, as Naruto placed it on his stomach after lifting his shield, and then twisted it, opening the seal completely. Alright, kid. Do it. As both of them fist bumped, as huge amount of chakra was released that was felt all the way back to Konoha. As even Jiraiya, one of the legendary Sanin who was nearby, his eyes widened. That's the Kyuubi's chakra. But it's tame. How is that possible? I have to go back to the village and ask some questions to the sensei. As now we see, not only good people were the ones who found out about this, as a person was seen in the shadows. It cannot be. This will hinder our plan in the future, said a shadowy person who disappeared in the tree he was standing on, turning into a shadow and disappearing completely from, well, where he was standing. While in the battlefield, we see everyone was quite threatened, and for the first time Zabuza felt fear. What is this? This chakra. What are you standing there for? Protect me, what I paid you for. We didn't sign up for this. That's a goddamn Biju. What? What is a Biju doing here? As that is when they saw a huge fox made out of golden chakra with black markings on it appear, as there was a person standing in it, and that was the glowing form of Naruto. It worked, Kurama. We don't have much time, kid. Since this is our first synchronization, we might be able to hold it at 5 minutes tops. You have to do what you have to do. As Naruto then used most of his chakra and Kurama's chakra to form my Odama Biju Dama, a huge form of Biju Dama that was released on them, and eradicated Gato alongside all of the people that were there in the vicinity. As after that, nothing but a huge crater remained there, as Naruto was on the ground now, as the chakra evaporated around him, as he was on his all fours, panting heavily. Damn it, that took a lot out of me. I told you, kid. This was the first time. The more you practice, the more you'll better get. Yeah, but I'll be sad that Gigi and the others will find out about this. Yeah, that is something that we'll worry about later. For the time being, you have to worry about him. Who? As right next to him, he saw that Kakashi was looking down at him with narrowed eyes. Naruto Uzumaki, you have some nerve. As Naruto then chuckled. Oops, I forgot? Yeah, like damn you did. As now we see all of them back at Tasuna's house. As Tazuna and everyone else, after hearing what Naruto did, were shocked. As Sasuke and Sakura were also shocked to find out that not only Naruto was the jinchuriki of the Kyuubi no Yoko, but he has somehow was able to control it. So you have become a perfect jinchuriki? How? Well, I formed a bond with him, that's how. He and I are on our own terms. You are on terms with our monster who destroyed our village? Hey, he's not a monster. If anything, he's a sentient being. Then why did he destroy our village all those years ago, Naruto? Said Kakashi, as the other two nodded. He was manipulated by an Uchiha. Lies! Said Sasuke. Not any Uchiha. Madara Uchiha. The reason why... Naruto, stop! Said Kakashi. The reason why what? Said Sasuke. Sensei told me to stop. I'm sorry, Sensei, I almost crossed the line. It's alright that you know when to stop, Naruto. But Madara Uchiha, seriously? The Biju says that my father mentioned this to Gigi. I have a lot of questions that I wanted to ask, but he told me to keep this a secret for the time being because there will be a lot of questionings. Questioning there will be a lot, Naruto, because that chakra must have been felt for miles and miles of radius. Heck, I thought even Konoha might have felt it and have chills run down their spines. You think so? Think so? I know so, Naruto. You once acted on your own again, and this could have costed us a lot. I'm sorry, Sensei. I just couldn't bear to see my plan fail and them suffering for it. For the first time, didn't have any confidence in me and I acted irrationally. I'm sorry for that. It's alright that you know your mistake, Naruto. Well, now that that's been taken care of, how about we finish that bridge of yours? And you better sign that damn treaty with us. I will. Thank you so much, Naruto. I'm sorry for ever doubting you, kid. It's alright, Tazuna-san. And see, Inari? Sometimes heroes do win if they think and try hard enough. You think I can be that? Said Inari with tears. Anyone can be that. As after that we see as long as they stayed there, which was for more than 2 weeks, Naruto trained Inari as best as he could and told him to follow these katas after writing them down on a scroll so that he will be strong enough to learn Kenjutsu, which was a fighting style that allowed weapons to be used, and that was the Land of Waste's first ever art style that they own created. Naruto wanted them to be created with their weapons and become their own samurais. As now we see, with the village that was freed and forming a treaty with Konoha thanks to Naruto, once he returned, he was bonked on the head by not only Danzo but by Hiruzen as well at first. Ow! What was that for? You didn't listen to your sensei's orders and put yourself in harm's way, Naruto. And second, you didn't tell us about the damn Biju. Since when do you have been able to get in contact with that? Said Danzo. As after that, Naruto revealed the whole truth. As now we go to a flashback where we see a young Naruto, after starting his training, was, well, told to meditate to get more patience into him. But somehow he wandered up into the, well, mindscape of his, where he met the angry Kyuubi. So my jailer finally arrives to meet me. You're the Kyuubi no Yoko. Of course I am. What do you want from me? I was just meditating. Gigi told me that I need to gain more patience, said Naruto, as the Biju then said, with a raised eyebrow, why are you not afraid of me? Well, you gave me no reason to be. How so? I am the demon that your village was almost eradicated by. The village hates you to the core because of me. Because they're dumb idiots. I'm just a scroll and you're just a kunai who is sealed inside of me. And that doesn't make me you, a kunai. At least you have that much of sense, said Kurama, being slightly impressed by Naruto at that time. So what are you doing here? As Naruto sat down in a meditative position and closed his eyes. Nothing, I'm just gonna meditate here. I'm gonna leave you to your own thoughts while you leave me to mine. I hope you don't mind that. Not at all. Go ahead, do whatever you wish. As Kurama, for the time being, for the next few days, witnessed Naruto saying hello to him and sitting down and doing nothing more than meditate, until one day he told him, listen to me, kid, said Kurama in a normal tone. What is it? Naruto, was it? Yes, my name is Naruto, and yours? Said Naruto with a smile, as Kurama's eyes narrowed. It's Kyuubi. That's just a title that people gave you, isn't it? I can see it in your eyes. Seems like your training has been paying off. Really? You think so? You are an interesting person, Naruto Uzumaki. But yes, that is the title given to me. My real name is Kurama. That is a beautiful name. You don't have to say it like that, brat. What do you want? As I told you before, nothing. If anything, how about we have a conversation? And while we're at it... you told me last time this was my mindscape, right? So I can do anything here. Yes, as Naruto changed his mindscape from a cave into a forest that had cool breeze, and the cage disappeared into the form of a bracelet around Kyuubi's paw/hand. As in front of them appeared a table on which shogi was placed. How about a match of shogi? Do you know how to play? How about you teach me? Since I am bored, I'll humor you, said Kurama. And then, over the games that Naruto taught him how to play shogi, they both of them bonded and become somewhat of friends, and here they were in the future. As now we go back to the present inside Hokage office, where we see Danzo Hiruzen's jaw drop to the ground. So you made the Biju, known as Kurama, your friend? Yes, he's an ally now, and my best friend, kind of. As that is when Hiruzen then said, "Are you certain, Naruto?" 100%. If you want to talk to him, he can talk to you directly. Is that possible? Said Danzo. Yes, would you? Yes. As after that Naruto closed his eyes, and when it opened, his whisker marks were thick. His teeth turned into canines, as his eyes were red with slits. They already knew that this was not Naruto. Greetings, Hiruzen Sarutobi, said a deep voice. Kyuubi no Yoko. Or should we say Kurama now? Kurama is for my close friends, like Naruto. You can mention me by the title that you granted me. I see. Then first question, what do you want from Naruto? Nothing. The boy is quite humorous, and I find him quite interesting. He is the first human, after thousands of years that I have trusted, and would gladly help him in any time of need. And plus the boy has promised me that once he dies, I will be free. But you are the property— I am property of no one, Danzo Shimura. You better watch your tone. But the Hokage— your Hokage, Hashirama Senju, disregarded us. We were created so we can guide you all and bring you closer like the sage wanted once he created us. You were created by the sage? Yes. And you know what? You all used us as weapons and tools, created his powers, that was blessings into curses, into the forms of war. You now think that this is your right, but it was granted to you. You wanna know who is the real owner of chakra? His mother, Kaguya or Sasuke, that is sealed away on that rock that you call moon. What? Yes, she exists. And once she is free, she will come here. How can she be free if she is sealed by the sage? I don't know, but father mentioned that she will arrive. Because she is the rabbit goddess after all, the originator of chakra. And her creation, the 10-tailed, exist, which we are all a part of, us Bijus. Why are you telling us this? Because I'm warning you. There are some people in this world, Hiruzen, who rather have set her free and take them all, and all their chakra with her. And you all will die, eventually, once that is fulfilled. But why are you helping Naruto? What would you get out of it? I think Naruto might be the child of prophecy that your student mentioned when Minato was in charge. How do you— I have been a jinchuriki for a long time. Do you forget? First was Mito, then Kushina, and then now Naruto. Yes, we remember. I share keen senses of hearing and seeing things with my jinchuriki. Same could be said for Kushina and Mito. Now I know what they were saying and what they were telling. My father mentioned something along the lines of the prophecy as well back at the time, and I think this might be Naruto. We see. Then we want you to have him in your care as well. He will be. And watch out for the masked person, because he really has the Sharingan of Madara Uchiha. How can you— I have been manipulated by the same Sharingan twice. One before me I became the Jinchuriki of Mito, and second time when the Kyuubi attack happened, as you call it. As they flinched, As after that, Kurama disappeared as Naruto came. Sorry, he's kind of grumpy about that. As Naruto then said, sorry about that, Kurama. As now we see, both of the old men then said, it is a heavy responsibility, Naruto. Did you knew about all of this? Yes, I did. I'm sorry for hiding this from you. I thought I will find a right time to tell you this. We will forgive you for the time being, Naruto, but this is some heavy stuff. And if you are really this child of prophecy that Jiraiya mentioned and that Kurama mentioned, we need to bring him in, said Danzo. As Hiruzen then said, I have already sent him a letter. He will be here to train and get in touch with Naruto. You mean Jiraiya of the Sannin? Yes. He will be your teacher for the time being. He will teach you the jutsus of your father, the Rasengan and the Hiruzen. You think so? Of course, Naruto. They are your birthright. You have to know them. Thank you, Sensei, said Naruto, saying this to both of them, acknowledging them senseis once more, which was quite prideful for them, because they were creating a formidable shinobi who was just, kind, and as well as loyal, and most of all, quite strong and powerful, and could be ruthless once he wanted to be, because this was proved in the land of waves by Naruto when he eradicated Gato and his goons. Now, Naruto, before you leave, there's one more thing I would like to inform you. What is that, GD? The chunin exams, my son. Chunin exams are coming in, and you can become a chunin with them. Now go on and train hard. And now I'll inform Jiraiya so that he can become your teacher for the time being. Sakura and Sasuke will be taught by Kakashi, and he will be busy with them both. You have to go and train with Jiraiya. I see. In the meantime, you and Kurama can also train. And this is an S-rank secret, Naruto. But my team knows. Aside from that, nobody can know. Okay? As after that Naruto was dismissed, we see that Naruto met with Konohamaru, the grandson of the third, that was actually kind of Naruto's junior, and saw Naruto as an ideal. As now we see, both of them were playing shinobi while Ino was chasing after them. While Naruto and Ino were on a date, they bumped into them, the Konohamaru trio, and were now playing with them, as Konohamaru bumped into someone, and that was a person from Suna. I'm sorry about my little brother over there, he didn't mean it. How about I teach your brother some manners before I let him go? Easy, Kankuro, let him go now, said a blonde next to him. As now we see, a person in the form of Sandstorm appeared next to them, as he then said, Kankuro, you are a disgrace. Gara, I am enough. Leave the boy. As that is when he said, looking towards Naruto, you. Mother wants your blood, he said with a sinister smile as the two flinched. Would you be in the chunin exams? Yes, I will be. And tell Shikaku that he can't have my blood, because his brother Kurama will get mad, said Naruto with a smirk that made the other two flinch and made Shikaku as well as Gato froze. Mother is enraged. How do you know these names? It cannot be, as that is when Gato fell to the ground with a deep pain. What did you do to my brother? I didn't do anything, but the Biju sealed within him is. As the two of them were quite shocked, how is this possible? As that is when Shikaku got up, as Gato's eyes were different, as they were slits as well. How do you know about this stupid fox? As Naruto closed his eyes and opened them again and folded his arms. That is because Bagataniki, I exist within this boy, said a deep grumbling voice that sent chills down everyone's spine that was standing there, mainly the genins. As now we see Kurama turned towards Ino and the kids. How about you take them away, Ino? Leave this to me. And don't worry, Naruto is fine. He's under my care and protection, after all. And as for the other two Suna siblings, they were shocked and scared. This was the Nine-Tails they heard about that Konoha had, and it was speaking to the One Tail that was a monster of their own. How is this possible? Enough of you. You. What are you doing? I thought that you, after father. Let's not talk about that here. We can talk that in Mindscape. You're right. As after both of them fist bump and closed their eyes and stood still, we see the Bijus and the Jinchurikis appear in the Mindscape. Hey Gaara, what is going on? Mother? No, it can't be. Gaara, come here with me. You two talk this through, okay? As Kurama nodded, and so did Shikaku, as Gaara was taken away by Naruto. As now we see, both of the Bijus conversed, and after some time, in the real world, their eyes opened, as they returned back to normal. "Thank you, Naruto," said Gaara with a small smile on his face. "Thank you for informing me about your plan." "What?" "Listen, I think you might have been tricked. Your father suddenly changing. This doesn't add up. Something must have been up to it, and you just let it be? What if he's replaced? What if he's a clone?" As their eyes widened, "You can be right, but we're not sure." "It's alright, both of you. He was able to make sure that I'll be able to sleep for now without any harms. And turns out I have become friends with him." You're talking about him? The One-Tailed?" "Yes. Shikaku and I have come to terms. Naruto is my first friend, Shikaku is my second. Oh, both of them are first," said Gaara with a laugh on his face. And that was shocking in his own right. Gaara never laughed. As after that, Naruto then said, "You act as accordingly, and leave this to me. I'll tell this to Hokage, and make sure that you don't suffer any consequences. But this has to be a secret between us. I'll make sure that nothing happens to you, and if anything goes south, I'll make sure you get out of it, the three of you, without any harm. Because you're the siblings of my friend. Here." As Gaara smiled, "Thank you, Naruto." As after Naruto left, we see both of them turn towards Gaara, as they said, "Can we trust him?" As Shikaku then spoke for him. "You can." Shikaku?" "Yes. And as the boys said, me and the redhead here are friends now. And you being attached to him, I have to now protect you two as well. So you'd better not reveal this to anyone if you don't want to suffer." We won't. We'll keep our mouth shut." "Good. Do as the boy says." We will." As everything went as planned, as now we go towards Naruto, who arrived at the Hokage office. And Danzo and the elders were there alongside with, Jiraiya, who was surprisingly in the office before leaving to get Naruto, as well as Kakashi was. As after revealing this to them, they were shocked. "So what do you think, Naruto? Why would Suna switch up on us and want to attack us? I think something is off about this, Gigi. I mean, the way they mentioned sudden switch in behavior like it was a complete different person. I mean, what if he switched?" This could have happened. "Good analogy, Naruto," said Danzo. "We have to be careful. But I promised them that the three of them will get out. And I kind of, worked things out with the Shikaku as well." "How so?" "Well, Kurama and he talked and they came to a conclusion. And now he's kind of our ally as well. And I got something out of it." "What do you mean by that?" "Oh, when the time comes, I'll tell you that." "Really?" "We'll love to see that." As after that, we have a time skip to the day of the chunin exams. As we see that the teams from all around the elemental nations were there in Konoha, since Konoha was hosting the chunin exams this year, and they were participating in the first test. Many of them already failed when they were fighting to get entrance, while the shinobis denied it. Says this was the first test, the genjutsu one. As Naruto stopped Sasuke, was about to blurt them out as they were about to go up. "This is the first test, Sasuke. Don't tell them this." "Alright. Less competition for us." As after that, the three of them went upstairs where they found Kakashi. "Well, I'm glad to see that the three of you made it here without any hitch." "Good, get inside." As after that, they met Genma, where the first test began. It was to spy upon the others without getting caught. And some of them got caught while the others didn't and were able to fulfill their mission and pass the first test. And that is when the second sensei came, which was Anko Mitarashi, through the window. As Naruto slammed his head against the desk. "I can't believe this. Her?" And seeing Naruto's expression like this, Ino and the two teammates of his, were quite taken aback. As after that, they all were brought to the Forest of Death, where even Anko was freaked out by a genin, which he told to be careful or either he could have gotten killed by her by accident. As Naruto narrowed his eyes, "We have to avoid him at all cost, and make sure we reach the tower as fast as we can," he told the other two. As now we see, Naruto made sure that they avoided this thanks to his deck of cards, and they were able to reach, after getting the other scroll, to the tower, completing the second exam, as Iruka welcomed them. As after that, the third exams was the preliminary rounds that began soon after that. As during that test, we see some of them failed and some of them advanced. while Ino was able to advance as well, as her battle was next with none other than, well, Temari from Suna. Since Shikamaru gave up, she basically won. And they had 1 month of time to prepare for it. And during that time, Gaara told that there might be something up, and they might attack. As now we see, Naruto investigated, well, and so did the others, and they found out something. The Kazekage has been changed, and it has been replaced by none other than Orochimaru. But to not cause suspicions, they let it be. And 1 month later, Naruto was already a summoner of toads, as well as also learned Rasengan and mastered the Hiruzen Jutsu to some extent, while also using his cards in the form of Hiruzen kunais. As now we see, this was going on. The final part of the chunin exams came, and once more all of the Elemental Nation teams gathered in the arena of Konoha, where the finalists will perform. And as soon as the final match, which was about to begin between Naruto and Gaara, we see that the attack began as a genjutsu was fallen upon them. As Naruto was able to deplete that genjutsu, as two form of enemies were coming in the form of armies. One was from Otogakure, the other one was from Suna. That is when Naruto then said, "Gaara, now!" As Gaara transformed into perfect form of one tails, while Naruto did to the 9 tails, which caused huge amount of shock to the Konoha populace as well as to the populace of, well, enemies, shinobis. As Konoha crush was stopped in an instant, but that was just a decoy. The real attack began with Hiruzen. As soon as Naruto returned, he found out that Danzo and Hiruzen has both been taken by Homura. What? Where? Orochimaru. He was here and he tricked us. You have to go. Now, Naruto. As Naruto arrived at the battlefield to find that there was 4 persons holding onto a barrier that prevented any ambush to get in. Damn it. Naruto, you're here. Yes, the war has stopped. Gaara is helping out to deal with the other enemies. What is going on there? No, Gigi! Naruto said as he saw that Gigi used Hake Fuyin to deal with Orochimaru, but his arms were sealed. As now we see, Orochimaru was panting there, standing there as well, because of depleted of chakra, as he took down both Danzo as well as Hiruzen. Danzo was taken out by both of his senseis, which was the previous Hokages, while Hiruzen was, well, while dealing with Orochimaru, killed in action. As Naruto, his eyes covering in shadows filled with rage, arrived in front of Orochimaru, as he then brought out one card and said, "Card style, storage release." As a card then turned into bright white light, as a Bijudama was released from it, eradicating and destroying Orochimaru, and the trees and the nature behind it, completely obliterating it. This was the gift Naruto was talking about, that he got from Shikaku, his Bijudama stored into this card. As Naruto then fell down to his knees. No, don't die like this, Gigi. I'm proud of you, Naruto. This must be the gift that you mentioned. Gigi, please. I'm sorry I couldn't. It's alright, son. You'll become a great Hokage one day. I know of it. As now we see, the previous Hokage disappeared after seeing the next generation, as well as with a sad expression on their faces, seeing that their students were dead. As the grief of Naruto was heard by Konoha that day. And they also heard the good news that Orochimaru was killed and the revenge of Konoha was taken. During all this, we see that Sasuke saw the strength difference between him and Naruto. And he was kind of feeling down a lot. And that is when he heard a voice from behind him that almost disappeared after saying the things. Don't turn behind. If you want to become strong, meet us at the Uchiha shrine late at night. Now we go back to Naruto. As we see, it was already evening and a huge funeral was held because there was no casualty aside from Danzo and Hiruzen. As the council was in uproar now, as Homura and Koharu then said to Jiraiya, "Why don't you become the Hokage?" "I don't want to. I'm not suitable enough, I think, and someone has to run the spy network. We can't make Naruto the Hokage since he's not ready yet and not mature enough." "Then who?" said Homura, and that is when they had an idea. "Tsunade. She's also Hiruzen's student and more than capable enough. But you forgot one thing," said Jiraiya. "She has left the village for good." How about you go and get her, Jiraiya? Take Naruto with you. We for the meantime will be able to hold on the fort. Fine, we can try, but I'm not making any promises. Because if you're not, then we will make you the Hokage, Jiraiya, whether you like it or not. What? Seriously? Yes. Damn it. Now I have to bring her back. Alright. I'll go get Naruto and we'll be on our way. As Naruto was still standing over the grave of Hiruzen in the graveyard. As now we see Jiraiya arriving there. You know, kid? We have a mission to bring back Tsunade back. They're gonna make her the Hokage. I see. The village still needs a new leader even after the previous leader just died tonight. You know, when your father died, Sensei had to take the mentality back for the stability of the village, Naruto. It is not by choice. I know it is a sad occasion, but she has to be here. Only she can manage this village. You can as well. I'm not suitable enough, kid. And plus someone has to run the spy network. And your spy network also including your perverted endeavors, doesn't it, Jiraiya? Been caught, huh? Yep. I want to fulfill the dream of every fan of Uchiha tactics. So I have to do my research. Yeah, Sensei would have loved that. Said Naruto. You call him Sensei? Yeah, sometimes only. When, you know, I feel like it. Hiruzen Sensei has done a lot, and so has Danzo Sensei, for me. So I'll do this for them and for the village they loved and died for. As now we see, both of them began their journey that night to bring back Tsunade. As on the other side, we see Sasuke arrived at the Uchiha shrine, where he was met with one of the person that he met in the chunin exams, Kabuto Yakushi. What do you want, Kabuto? How can you make me strong? You, yourself, I know what it did. I am strong enough, since I am his student. Whose student? Orochimaru-sama's. As Sasuke's eyes widen. What do you mean by that? You wanted to become strong, didn't you? Yes. I want to become strong. I can help you with that. Even if Orochimaru is dead, Orochimaru is dead because of Naruto. How about I tell you that you can become strong by learning from the scrolls that he created to teach us. And let me tell you this, I am the second best. Why don't you give it a try? Said Kabuto as Sasuke got into a fighting stance, and within 10 seconds, he lost. See? I didn't even let you blink your eyes, and yet you are on the ground. I could have killed you more than 10 times already. Sasuke, come with me if you want to become truly strong. I will be able to help you achieve that. As Sasuke looked down, I need time to think. Think all you want, but just don't take too long. We have time until the Tsunade Senju appears. Senju? What do you mean by that? Your friend Naruto and Jiraiya are on a mission away to bring her back. They're aiming to make her the next Hokage. And after that, the village security will be tightened. And it is already tightened, but it is loosely tightened. So, we can get in and out. Just think, but not too much. Fine. As Sasuke then left after that night. As now we go towards Jiraiya and Naruto. They have been searching village for village near Konoha. She must have been in here. As they arrived in a gambling house where they found Tsunade and her assistant Shizune drinking. Jiraiya? What are you doing here? And who is this kid with you? Tsunade Senju, a legendary Sanin and the strongest Kunoichi in the whole damn shinobi world. And not only that, a legendary doctor as well, reduced to this state. Said Naruto. What would have Sensei thought? Sensei? Whose Sensei is he talking about? Our Sensei, said Naruto. Naruto, calm down. How can I be calm when Sensei's dead and she's like that, drinking, carefree? As Tsunade's eyes widen. You mean Sensei's dead? Yes, he's dead, Tsunade. They want you to be... No! That old fool must have learned his lesson the hard way, like the others that knew me. What did you say? What did you call my sensei? He was an old fool who thought that that was the job that he could take and live and survive. He has lived throughout 3 wars. Your father didn't. Isn't that right, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze? He died the 9th month. Shut up. You don't have any right to say that. I'm not a coward, at least. Running away from my problems. I'm still younger than you and I'm facing them head on. What about you? Oh yeah, you wanna go, brat? Enough, both of you, said Jiraiya. We can talk this through. Yeah, we can. As after talking this through, we see that Naruto then said, I'm sorry about my outburst. I know you must have had your reasons, but I can't see you like this. I can't see my godmother like this. As Tsunade flinched, you know about that. I know a lot of things about that, Tsunade-sama. I hope we can be close in the future, but I need you to snap out of it. A lot of people are depending upon you. It's just too heavy of a job, kid. I lost most of my loved ones. Even Kushina, who I thought of as a daughter to me, died by being connected to, well, your father. I'm sorry that this happened. I wish there was another way out of this, but they died protecting me and protecting their home that they loved. Your father created, grandfather, and your granduncle. I'm not saying that you have to live up to their expectations. You can be you. Take baby steps and become a new version of yourself. For how long are you going to let the past drag you down? But I survived through so much, kid. You don't understand. I can never, I know. Help me then. Maybe we can share our burdens. Both of us can. Isn't that right? Kakasan, said Naruto hesitantly as Tsunade's eyes widened. What did you say? Since you are my godmother, then isn't it obviously right that I call you that? As Tsunade then hugged Naruto close. Damn, Brad. Getting me all sentimental and all that. Fine. I'll come with you. But how about you beat me in a game of poker before? You're good at it? I saw a deck of cards there. You don't know about that, dear godmother. How about I show you? As after that we see Jiraiya woke up to find that both Naruto and Tsunade were missing. As Shizune was also worried as they rushed towards everywhere as they arrived at a gambling, casino where they saw Naruto and Tsunade walking out with a huge laugh and a lot of money while the owner was crying, tears while wiping away with his, handkerchief. As Tsunade said, damn Brad, you're natural at this. Only within one night, 3 casinos royal flushed completely. I told you, my fighting style is based on them, so I'm completely master over them, said Naruto, as he was twirling the ace card on his finger, as he then sealed it away back to his holster. As we see, he stopped, as Tsunade saw her teammate as well as her assistant looking at her. Oops. What were you thinking, Tsunade? Hey, look at the bright side, Shizune. The brat paid us all of our bills and we're free from the debt. Really? Thank you, Naruto-kun. I suppose the least I could do for my godmother. Isn't that right, Kazan? You're damn right, kiddo. Well, Jiraiya, what are we doing standing here? How about we go? And drinks on me tonight. I hope you're fine with that. I earned this for you as a gift. So yeah, obviously you can do whatever you want, said Naruto with a smile on his face, as Jiraiya was quite surprised and happy to see Tsunade happy like this again. Thanks, kid. I don't know what you did, but she's happy. Yeah, I'm happy as well. Things worked out. As now we see, within 1 week, they arrived back at Konoha, and Konoha welcomed them with open arms again, and with a lot of celebration, as Tsunade retake the mentality of the Hokage after his sensei, becoming the 5th Hokage of Konoha. And after only a few days, a bad news appeared. Sasuke Uchiha has defected the village. It was Sakura Haruno who told this news to them. As Naruto and Ino were busy dating, they were contacted by Shikamaru. What? You mean Sasuke defected? Yes, we're tasked to bring him back. We want you with us there, Naruto. As soon the team was dispatched to bring him back. As one by one, they were stopped by many hurdles. As soon Naruto arrived at the Valley of the End where Sasuke was standing on the other side. He was given the curse mark by Kabuto this time around, as he was standing next to him. Kabuto, what are you doing there with Sasuke? I am here to bring him with me. My master wished him to be on our side. But this time around, I want. Why? And what are you talking about? Orochimaru, who you killed. This is kind of revenge to Konoha and to you for what you have done. And once Sasuke is strong enough, he will take revenge on Konoha for what it has done to him. What do you mean? Now I know why you stopped. I have learned the truth, Naruto. It was Konoha. It was Danzo that killed my whole clan, wasn't it? What? No, it was Itachi. You're lying. My brother was framed. Mark my words, Naruto Uzumaki. I'm coming for you and Konoha. Not like I'm not gonna let you escape. As Naruto then threw his cards into the air, and that is when he said, card style, mirage, as multiple images of his was created, as that is when multiple more cards were thrown. This was a new deck that Naruto created, as Naruto then said, card style, cards shadow clones, as cards clones were created, as Naruto made them do the mirage as well. Secret card style, twin mirage, attack. Even that wasn't enough, because both Kabuto and Sasuke have become strong, and not only that, they were using the curse mark seal. As Naruto was on the ground panting heavily, when both of them attacked Naruto. See, Naruto? This is what that true power means. I'm gonna kill you and Konoha with this, said corrupted Sasuke with his black onyx Chidori. As Naruto then said, I got a surprise for both of you then. As they were in mid of their attack, Naruto brought out a card and said, card style, gesture, as a Joker card appeared, absorbing their attacks, and then it returned it in a bigger form, eradicating Kabuto completely with his, while Sasuke was shocked so much that he was passed out cold. As after that we see, Naruto was panting still heavily, as that is when Kakashi jumped down. Naruto, are you alright? I'm fine, sensei. Look, Sasuke is also alive or not. That jutsu was strong. I don't know if he's alive or not. As after checking, Kakashi then said, he's okay. You take care of him. I'll take care of Kabuto. He's dead. You don't have to worry about him. As that is when some more Ranbus arrived and took Naruto back. As after that we go back to Konoha after a few days of mission being successful. As Naruto woke up to see that most of his friends were gravely injured and some of them were minorly. As Shikamaru then said, I was the one who was leading this mission, and yet I'm sorry I let everyone down and got everyone hurt. No, it's fine. What about Sasuke? As Ino then said, he's been thrown into prison for what he has done. If anything, I'm more worried about Sakura. What? What about her? Well, she demanded that Sasuke was innocent. It must have been Naruto's fault. And it pissed me off. It pissed me off so much that I slapped her and broke my friendship with her. It's alright. And she had the gall to demand that she becomes student of Tsunade-sama herself, and you know what happened? She was rejected and her headband was taken. Her mother felt insulted and embarrassed by her, but she apologized to everyone. I see. So she's off the team as well. Yes. Tsunade-sama told me that if you wake up, you are to be brought to the Hokage office. Fine. Everyone take care of yourself. I'm sorry that things went this way. And it isn't your fault, Shikamaru. I'm just glad that everyone is alright. You should be proud of that. As Shikamaru sighed, knowing that his friend was trying his best to cheer him up. As Ino and Naruto arrived at the Hokage office, where Naruto then said, Hey, Kaja. Hello, Naruto. I called you here because I wanted you to know that your team is disbanded currently. You are the only member of the Team 7 now. But since you are a chunin, that doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess it doesn't, does it? You and Kakashi will work still together, and not only that. Well, I have something to tell you. Jiraiya over here, as Jiraiya arrives in a puff of smoke, is taking you on a training trip for the time being, to make sure that you learn the Sage mode of the Toad Sage, and also travel with him to learn the in and outs of the spy network. Okay, I guess? Good. You can start packing now. Wait, now? Yes. The more early you go, the more early you return. I see. Listen, Bachan, what happened to... If it's about Sasuke, you don't have to worry about that. That brat is in therapy. Courtesy of, well... Ino over there. She didn't want him to be killed because, well, it meant something to, well, her friend, Sakura, was it? Yes, Tsunade-sama. You can leave, Naruto, but you, Sakura, Ino can stay here. I have something I need to talk to you about. What is it? How about you become my apprentice? I see the potential in you. Really? Yes. I would be honored. Good. This way you'll be able to catch up with him. I have heard from your father that you have a deep connection and bond with Naruto, and you two are dating, and are aiming to marry in the future, as Ino blushed. Yes. Well, tough luck for you, girlie, because you have to go through me, his godmother. And I'll be putting you to ground to see that what it takes to be my daughter-in-law. I will not let you down. Good, because I won't hold back. As after that, we have a time skip of 3 years. As 3 years went by, Naruto went to the Toad Mountain to train in the Sage Mode and was completely successful. In the meantime, Jiraiya tried but failed continuously, so he had to deal with the imperfect Sage Mode. As while they returned, Jiraiya also found out some bad news that he was going to tell Tsunade. As Naruto was happy on his return and reunited with his friends as well as with his girlfriend to find out that she was also the apprentice of his Okasan and also a strong Kunoichi in the making and the second best healer in the village, Naruto was impressed. As they went out on a date to celebrate while in the Hokage office, we see that Jiraiya and Tsunade were talking. Are you insane, Jiraiya? Going out there alone in Amigakure? They're dangerous people, and one of them even holds the Rinnegan, and they're after the Bijus from what I have heard. I have to go and investigate, because one of their targets is Naruto, and if this is true, then all hell will break loose. I don't want anything harm to befall on that boy. Not after everything he has done for us, for this village. I'll be damned, said Jiraiya. But Jiraiya, I don't want to lose you too, said Tsunade with tears in her eyes. You don't have to worry about me, Hime. I'll always bounce back. I'll be back in a jiffy. You just sit here and enjoy. Don't drink too much sake though. You have to work still. As after that, Jiraiya left. As now we see, it took him a few weeks to arrive at Amigakure, and as soon as he entered, he was encountered by the Akatsuki and cornered by them. As he was taking a beating of his lifetime and was to be stabbed, that is when we see there was a puff of smoke and Naruto appeared there with narrowed eyes. He grabbed the chakra rod and kicked the person who was holding it. As Naruto then said, "Damn it, you damn perverted bastard! You have a death wish or something?" As Naruto placed a hand on him, as he then said, "Reverse summon." As Naruto's hand was replaced by Jiraiya into a card, Naruto replaced the card that he replaced himself with, that he planted on Jiraiya, with the card now that was back in Konoha. As now Naruto then said, "How about we go head to head this time?" But with a twist, as Naruto then unleashed his biggest attack. Alright now, Kurama, time to test it. Card style, Sacred Arts. King of Cards. As a king card appeared, as from it appeared Kyuubi no Yoko itself. As Naruto then unleashed the Biju on them, as the other tried to control it, but they were shocked as their eyes widened. It is not being put into Genjutsu. That is because it cannot be. But you think we will lose this much? How about I show you another trick? Card style. Card Genjutsu. As now we see, all of them were in a Genjutsu without them noticing. They tried and killed Naruto multiple times, but they saw that Naruto appeared again and again from his cards, and they were endless. And soon they got tired and exhausted, as all of them were on their knees and couldn't even lift their finger. As Naruto, that is when, appeared. 3,280 times you killed me. In your dreams. What? Genjutsu, I told you. Remember? As Naruto held the card in his hand. As Naruto placed it back in his deck, as Naruto then said, "I had my fun. It's high time I hightail out of here. And remember, next time you come after me, come prepared. I'll eradicate you all." As after that, Naruto disappeared from there using Hiroshin with his cards as he appeared back in Konoha, and the Akatsuki was left fuming. As after Naruto's retrieval, Tsunade and Jiraiya were happy to see that he was okay, and Naruto told them that he beat the crap out of them. And after that, things went peaceful for the time being. Peaceful in Konoha only, because back in Amigakure, Akatsuki were fuming with rage because their target insulted and humiliated them in their own home and beat the crap out of them and left as if he owned this place. We will attack Konoha and take everything that the boy holds precious. The Akatsuki will, as one. As after that, they all marched towards Konoha. As with an almighty push, we see that they tried to destroy Konoha, but something would stand in their way. Not even a single brick or even a leaf on a tree moved or budged with that attack, leaving Pain shocked, as all of them were then ambushed by Konoha's shinobis and the two Sanis, and most of them Naruto, who was in Sage Mode and KCM2 state, using his card styles, beating them all down to the bloody mess, and this time using an Odama Bijudama to kill them once and for all. And his finisher to defeat them all was his sacred technique that he evolved, thanks to his father's help and Sensei's help. Futon! Windstall! Rasen Shuriken! As huge amount of Rasen Shuriken was slammed upon all of them, eradicating the area and vicinity in which they all were standing or laying down on the ground, killing each and every member of the Akatsuki with that blow. As Naruto's hand was shaking and going numb as Ino healed him. You baka! You could have gotten hurt! I could have, but it would have been worth it. I could have protected you at least. You are in a lot of trouble, young man, said none other than Tsunade. But I'm glad that everything is worked out, Naruto. And at that moment, we see the whole village begin to cheer for Naruto after the battle ended, calling him their hero and so on and so forth. The cheers went out even to the cell of Konoha where Sasuke heard. So Naruto won again, huh? He really has gone far enough. As that is when someone was right next to him in the shadows. Of course he has, brother. It was none other than Itachi. The one that Naruto killed was none other than a clone. He knew about this, didn't he? He knew about my sacrifice that I made. He wanted to keep quiet because I made him promise that. Why? Why did you do that? Why did you tell him and not me? He was under my training when Danzo and Hiruzen-sama was training him with that art style of his. I got close to him. I really wanted you to at least know, and that is why I told him to get close to you, and that is why he made you a friend. Change your ways, Sasuke, because for me, my life has ended. This illness will consume me. Is there really no other way for you? No. What happened to me was my own cause, and what our clan did, well, it brought them to their own destruction. I tried my best to stop it, but there was no other choice. This is my redemption, Sasuke. This disease killing me, painfully and slowly. Brother, you have new bonds to form, Sasuke. You can still be saved. It isn't too late yet. Don't let the hatred hold you back. Break the curse of Uchiha. I promise I will. Well, Sasuke also saw that through the errors of his way, Naruto began the cheering at the night by being called the hero of Konoha, and soon even the news spread out that he was considered as such in the whole elemental nation. Because Naruto was a powerhouse, a new one that Konoha has produced. Everyone knew that Konoha has a new ace up its sleeve, and they were terrified of it now, after seeing what kind of power and techniques it could produce and use, without any causing harm to the village and without having a single casualty. A much more bigger monster, and much more something bigger that they could chew or bite upon. It has been a few months since the Akatsuki attack and Naruto stopping them in their tracks, saving everyone and becoming the hero of Konoha like his father. And not only that, in the whole elemental nation, becoming a name that was to be feared in the bingo book by everyone and respected as well. As back in Konoha, wherever Naruto went, he was respected and seen with smiles and warm filled eyes. As Naruto was quite weirded out by that, because at one point they were all seeing him as monster. You know, Kurama, what is it, kid? I thought you would be happy. Don't get me wrong, I am, but it is kind of funny at the same time weird to see them act like this towards me. I mean, just a few months or years back they were ready to chew my brains out. But now, look at them. People change, kid. People change. But even I'm surprised how fast they changed. Yeah, but I'm glad that I have, some people I can trust. Like you, Ino-chan and, Kasan and Jiraiya. And Kakashi, don't forget him. Yeah. But something is bothering you still, isn't it? Yeah, it's Sasuke. Yeah, I heard that the brat is being integrated back into the shinobi force. And he's been under therapy, and things have been working out for him. He realizes his mistake. I think he was behind this. His brother, the older Uchiha? Yes, he was. Well, whatever it is, it's for the good, said Naruto. I think it is. Oh, and look at that. Your girlfriend is here. Go on and enjoy, brat. I will, old fox. As Naruto and Ino went on their date, as Konoha was enjoying their time, we go towards Hamegakure, where we see a clone of Zetsu appearing. Damn it. It seemed like I have no other choice but to use these rings, mother. I wanted some other way, but you'll only have your half strength this way. To hell with this. That brat needs to suffer for what he has done. And I know only you can do this. As after slamming all those rings to the ground and smashing them, he replaced himself with his mother at the moon, and his mother was free now. As now we see Kaguya or Sasuke in Amegakure. I have half of my strength. It seems that saw the easy way out. Quite disappointing. But it will work eventually. As Kaguya now was beginning to make a move. As she started with Amegakure, extracting every bit of chakra and gaining some bit of her strength. It is baby steps, but this is the least I could expect from what he chose to get me out. Soon I have my power back, and once I do, everyone will bow down in front of me. As news begin to spread out, only after the few weeks of Kaguya's survival and arrival back at, Amegakure, that there is a white pale female going around that is consuming village after village, and wherever she goes, like a plague, everyone dies. As there was a Kage summit soon after that, and in Iron Country and neutral ground we see all 4 Kages of the villages gathered, and as soon as they did, our debate was going on of what to do with this, as that is when Kaguya Otsutsuki herself arrived, shocking them all, as they all froze with fear, as Kaguya then said, I am giving you 1 month of time, and after that I will be taking back what is mine. As Naruto then said, your chakra. Isn't that right, Kaguya? At least one of you have knowledge, and a lot of my chakra within you. I know. But is there really? Don't even bother, said Kaguya as her Byakugan activated, sending shockwaves, because it won't help you win any favor in my eyes. You have something of mine and I will take it, whether through war or whether peacefully. But I prefer that you hand it over peacefully, but knowing your reactions, that won't be possible. It's obvious, because we will die this way, isn't it? Of course you would, you pathetic humans. Well, I have given you 1 month of time. Do whatever you wish. As after that Kaguya disappeared, as Naruto then said, we can't fight her all by ourselves, one by one. Then what do you suggest, kid? We combining strengths? That isn't possible. We can never work together. You have to. For the sake of survival of others. You have to. Think about the responsibility and the responsibilities of all those people back at your village. Because right now, they are depending upon 2 words. Yes or no. Coming from your mouth. It is your responsibility and you will have to carry the guilt rest of your lives if you reject this offer. As after that, they all thought for a bit and accepted this. As so, the Shinobi Alliance Force was created. As after that, within 1 month, they came to a camp where they began their training. As Naruto and Ino were together, I'm worried. Ino, what if she wins? She won't, said Kurama. I know, Kurama, but it's alright, Naruto. We're together at least. Even if it is the end, we will see through it together. But I know, deep down there's a hope that I somehow feel growing when I see you, that we will win. I hope you're right, I just hope you're right. As that is when we see Naruto was seen by Sasuke. Naruto, listen, Sasuke? What is it? I'm sorry about what I said. It's alright. I know you were clouded by hatred at the time. As Sasuke flinched, I'm sorry for trying to kill you at least. It's alright, Sasuke. Well, what is it that you want now, Temi? Said Naruto, cheering him up. Well, dope, if you want to fight and need someone to rely on, I wanted to, I know it may be late, but tell you that you have someone by your side who you can. Not only me, all of us. As many of Naruto's friends smiled at him while he looked behind, as he then smiled. Alright, let's begin training. As from then on, for a whole month they trained while Kaguya prepared, and soon the day came when the 4th grade shinobi war began. Kaguya was not there by herself. Madara was also there, because she revived him as her puppet, as he began to cause havoc and take on the whole shinobi forces by themselves. Naruto tried his best to stop him alongside with Sasuke, but they were on the defeating end, and even at one point could be considered killed. As now we see within the mindscape of Naruto, Naruto met the sage himself alongside Sasuke, who gave them the moon and the sun seal. After having the power of the sage of the 6 paths, and Naruto and Sasuke unleashing the true form of and powers of their, arrived at the battlefield, demolishing not only Madara but killing and eradicating him and his Zetsu army. And then both of them dealt with Kaguya, who teleported them into different dimensions after dimensions, but both of them prevailed thanks to Naruto's one jutsu. Alright, you better work now. Car style, Queen, sexy jutsu, reverse style. As instead of a sexy nude girl, there appeared hot guys which were nude, as at that moment the Byakugan of Kaguya were activated and she could see everything. As that is when Naruto punched her on the face and used both of their sun and the moon seal to seal her away. As after that we see Kaguya, who has already used the infinite Tsukuyomi on the others, they arrived back at the world and freed them thanks to the help of Sage, and the other Bijus were already freed from them because Naruto and other jinchurikis were ripped apart from their Bijus. Thankfully enough, the Sage was kind enough to revive all of those jinchurikis who have fallen, so they were alive. Now Naruto, it is up to you as the new Sage of the 6th Path, and you Sasuke, as his shadow, to watch over this village, this whole elemental nation, and make sure that the peace prevails. We will try our best, Sage. My children will watch over you, and I hope that the people this time, and my children, are able to form a bond and relation. I will try our best, and so will us, said Kurama. I know you will. Mark my words, Naruto. There are many threats still looming around there, because Otsuzukis are a clan. You might have sealed my mother, but there are still many other lurking around in the space, God knows where. And if they set their eyes on the chakra-rich planet like this, they will come here. We will be prepared. I know you would be. I'm just hoping that day won't come. We will try our best, Sage. Good. As after that, everyone cheered and celebrated, and the celebrations went on and on. So much that the hatred of the past that was put aside for the time being was put aside for good, and the peace prevailed after hearing the words of the sage. And soon we see the whole 5 elemental nations joined together in the form of peace, as Naruto was shocked to find out that he still wasn't going to be Hokage, even though his Kachan was getting retired because Kakashi was chosen by the whole council. You're still not prepared, Naruto, but Kakashi has already put in your name, as Kakashi winked at him. Thanks, Sensei. But still, Kachan, why not me? Come on, Naruto. It's like you're trying to exclude me here. I'm kind of hurt a bit. I'm sorry, Sensei. It was, well, kind of like I wanted to be one. Well, I placed you as. If you can't be 6th, how about you become 7th? I'm fine with that, I guess. And so a few years passed, as now we see Naruto and Ino standing in front of each other, in groom and bride clothes, as both of them kissed, and today was the day they married on October 10th, 20 years later after the Kyuubi attack, on both of their 20th birthday. As everyone celebrated and cheered while Inoichi was crying still. Ah, calm down, Inoichi, you troublesome plant. She's not going away forever. She's gonna live within the same village. You can visit her, but she's not my little princess anymore. She's not gonna be at home by 9 again. Jeez, calm down. Stop being like that, and be happy for once, you goddamn idiot. I am happy, you idiot. As now we see, everyone chuckled and celebrated and cheered up Inoichi. And as for Naruto and Ino, they kissed because this was the beginning of their new life, and hopefully a peaceful one as well. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And boy, did I have fun making this for you guys. So yeah, do tell me in the comments what you think about this pattern. And not only that, please send in your ideas as well, because yeah, I'm having a lot of fun now making stories like this. As this is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace!